the people are there because of political and what? Power differences. You see, so the disease is not only the result of a biological syndrome working its way out through the body, it is primarily often a result of a political, economic syndrome working its way through the body politic. You see? And so it is not enough for us to merely understand the biological mechanisms of disease, but we must come to understand the political, social, and economic mechanisms of disease, you see. So you can begin to see where an Afrocentric education and African-centered education is so different from what we're getting today. It's not just preparing for jobs and skills and that kind of nonsense. You know, it's about life and surviving and overthrowing and being liberated as a people. Because I tell you, you could die with these skills. The accumulation by black people of mere knowledge and the accumulation by African people of mere skills in no way provides protection for us as a people. You can't, it's not going to do it. The young man here who made an announcement introduced a very, very important concept, and that's that concept of a nation within a nation. And if you're not discussing a nation within a nation, if you're not thinking of yourself as a people separate and distinct in this country and operate as such, you are wasting your time accumulating knowledge and information. You're going to die black and proud. Yes, it's not enough to become Afrocentric in your knowledge. It's not enough to collect skills. Skills and knowledge must be organized under the general purpose of the people themselves. The rest, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The working of whites in this country, even though they may see they're going to their jobs as individual activities, the sum total of those individual activities represents the strength of this nation. They represent its capacity to militarily defend them against their enemy. Their going to work with their skills represents the power of this nation to dominate in the world. They may think that they're personal, that they're just going for their own personal reason, but because they have a nation and their going to work is subsumed under national goals, and their very jobs actually are created or phased in and out based on national policy. These jobs just don't occur simply because somebody happens to want to hire you. The very nation itself, through tax policies, through political policies, through subsidizing certain industries, through grants and other things, transforms occupational levels. And it will, and you will see then the state or the nation transforming occupations dependent upon what its enemies are doing. Some of you were here when the Russians sent up the Sputnik, and it frightened this country. Thank you. Right away, the Congress went into action and created the student defense loan, or whatever they called it. In other words, then they put money into those people who go this way and that way to restructure. Now those people, they went to college, they got jobs, and maybe they didn't even know the history of how those jobs came into being. But in following through those jobs, and even in thinking in personal terms, they actually moved the nation forward and kept the nation powerful, you see. But a group of African people who are merely qualified for jobs, who have mere knowledge, but who do not operate within the context of a nation, are just a bunch of individuals who, with all their knowledge and all of their experience and skills, cannot defend themselves against their enemy and can be wiped out and destroyed. So you see, education and so forth has to move far beyond the concept of mere accumulation of knowledge, or even beyond the concept of African history. It's got to be welded into peoplehood, or else it is incomplete.